Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima. Hello, loud girl. And I'm here checking out Atelier, Shallie plus Alchemists of the Dusk C. That almost came out completely wrong. I don't know how I said that properly. So, have you seen one of my videos on these games before? Same thing, basically. Couple of notable differences, actually, but same basic concept. You got your typical sliders, your camera inversion, skipping. Notably, in this game, you can actually change the difficulty. So you can actually make the enemies stronger, but you'll get more rewards for it, or you can make them weaker if you want to, which is actually kind of neat. But I haven't felt the need to change that. It's kind of neat. You can do that in-game at any time, which is nice. And you can change the voice language anytime you want. I'm actually going to keep it on Japanese, because that's what I've been playing with this time. The majority of these games I've been playing with the English dub, but this time I just went with the Japanese dub for most of it. I changed it to the English one for like 15 minutes. And if you want to see what an English Atelier dub sounds like, watch any other one of my videos. Seriously, any of them. It sounds exactly the bloody same. So we're going to load into my game real quick. I've got two save files here, and they're both about 3 hours in each. Yeah, more or less. The game works in a series of halves. Every chapter has a story half and a free half, and the story half is basically just a straight shot to whatever you're going to get to do, and then the free half takes over and you can do whatever the hell you want for a while. So we're going to load up into the free half for a little bit. I will go back to the story half and let you listen to a few of the cutscenes because, you know, that's the only way you're going to hear the voice acting. But for now, we're just going to head straight to the world map. We're not going to waste any time. We're just going to go have a bit of a wander around. But just before we do that, we're going to go into the live tasks menu and see what we have to do. So we have to go to the Southern Archipelago and perform combat and gathering, which, alright, makes perfect sense to me. So there's a bunch of different areas that we can go to, just like in any other Atelier game. These are all different visitable areas, and we will just make our way down to the Southern Archipelago. Might as well have a look at the Plaza of Great Trees, because why not, right? So here we are. It works just like all the other Atelier games. Notably, you don't actually see the entire area on the map right away. You have to go and have a look around it, but that's not a big deal. And we can wander around and do gathering to get resources. And we can also do things like fight monsters, which we'll do right now. We do have a swing that lets us attack first if we manage to land it properly, but otherwise, well, away we go. So, in the Atelier series, combat is pretty simple. It's all turn-based, and the Ateliers, which are the girl you're looking at right now, can use items. So, just for the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to throw out this bomb that I've got. Did a fair bit of damage. And, of course, we also have friends that can do things like attack and use special abilities. Yeah, let's demonstrate one of these special abilities, because why not? That's got a sting. When your burst meter gets above 100%, you'll go into burst mode, and what burst mode does is basically you'll do a ton more damage. And I can choose to defend with a character who's in the back row, which is pretty nice, actually. It's actually a full-on swap. I only just unlocked this, which kind of annoys me, just purely because, It took 3 chapters to unlock the ability to swap in characters and, like, do defense and stuff, which is kind of annoying because the battle system actually stays relatively simple until that point, and that kind of sucks. So, once that meter up in the top left fills by fighting enemies and doing combat, you can do things like you can gather share, which gives you a bunch of items. You can do a relic discovery, which will give you a rare item, or you can do a powerful enemy encounter. Let's do a monster swarm, because I'm not going to take my chances with the other two. It costs 1 off the meter there, but yep, now we get to fight this huge set of enemies, and it's grown more vigorous, which means they get to move more times, which really sucks. Let's see, do damage to a small area. Let's see if we can find the monster that'll let us do lots of enemies. Bad phrasing. Let's see if we can find the monster that'll let us hit the most enemies. I guess it won't really work that well. I'll save it then. So let's just get some attacks in while we can. Might as well throw out another bomb. This will actually be pretty useful. I just need to find the right person to throw it on. Where is it? That'll do. 5 enemies in one shot. And we get to burst off that. But I'm going to swap out for the defense as well, because that's going to save her taking a little bit of damage. Let's see, who do we want to attack first? I think we'll attack the stray dog. Yep, do more than enough damage to take care of that. This guy's got a splash damage attack, so I just took out 2 enemies at once and really badly hurt the other one. Get some extra defense going here. That's what the blue meter in the top right is for. At least I think that's what it is. Oh no, it's their own individual meters. There's that blue meter up in the top right that they haven't really done anything with yet. It's, again, this game's kind of annoying just because of how often they just because of how they're keeping pretty much everything behind any sort of let me try that again. It's kind of annoying because they're keeping just all the interesting mechanics behind, like, story progression, which kind of sucks. But anyway, we've got a big enemy here. And a smaller one. I think we'll take out the bigger one. The idea of these areas, basically, is that you have to move from end to end in order to get to wherever you're going. Like, as soon as I exit out this area here, it'll put me back on the world map, and if there's another area for me to find, I'll be able to go straight to that. But just before I do that, I'll have another fight with this guy here. The music's gotten really intense, and I don't like that. That's always a bad sign. 1,000 damage! Oh shit. Alright, HP I mean. Not good. Let's see how much this does. And let's get a swap attack in, just to be safe. Keep her out of the line of fire. That did not hurt very much. This is not good. Let's do stealth, because this is actually kind of funny. Ooh. That stings a little. Alright. Healing palm. Oh, it actually heals. That's kind of neat. You know what? I'll do that just to be safe. Alright, that works. What skills does this guy have? You get more skills as you level up, and of course you can equip, like, different armors and accessories to the guys as well, but I haven't actually found anywhere that can do that yet. Physical damage ignores defense. That would be very good right now. 100 damage. Crap. That's not very good. Okay, we broke him, so that's good. Break means that you can basically do critical hits every time you land a strike. So, for example, I just did over 500 fucking damage. That's very good. That's very good indeed. And I'll do a swap attack just to get that last attack in. So, swap plus burst is very strong. Alright. That didn't actually give me much experience. I'm a little disappointed. Let's go get a couple more items. There we go. So yeah, now we've harvested the area, we can make our way out. And we get to go to another area. However, we're not going to do that, because I've been here for like 5 or so minutes. You've seen a little bit of the gameplay, so we're going to head back to the HQ so I can explain a few things. Now, some of you who've played the original Atelier games before might have noticed something a little different. That's that there's no clock. There's no time limit. That's a little bit unusual, especially for these games, because for these games, the main idea of them was that you always had that time limit restricting exactly where you could go and how long you could stay there, because every time you'd gather or fight an enemy, the time would pass. So you'd have to plan your routes around that. This time around, it's not there, and you can just go anywhere you want to your heart's content. What they've replaced it with is this life tasks system. And this has basically no relevance in the main plot outside of basically just telling you what you need to do. But once you've got into the free chapter side of things, it will give you stuff to do. So for example, We can perform synthesis, we can complete requests, and we can go exploring, and it asks us to use relic discovery and gathering sharing. Right, so we need to go do them later on in order to progress in the story. You do also have some extra things you can do here. So for example, once you've used 3 bombs or 8 bombs or 15 bombs, it'll give you some extra quests to do, and these will actually improve your mood and give you some extra bonuses. What exactly these are, I couldn't tell you. The game's not very specific about it. You also have the extra ones down here as well, like these are ones given to you by your friends, so raise to level 50, complete requests. Over here, it's basically just defeat monsters and use things like medicine and stuff like that. But yeah, that's how that works. So, you've got all those things you can do, and when you do the ones in the middle, it will fill up that head on the top left there. And when that's filled up, you can just come back to the ship workshop and go to the next chapter anytime you want. There's nothing that you really need to worry about, which is, I have to admit, I'm kind of disappointed, but at the same time, I'm kind of relieved, because it is nice to be able to play a game in the Atelier series where you can focus on just taking care of business without having to worry about actually running out of time. I mean, I know these games are fairly friendly, and you can, like, New Game Plus immediately after you fail, which is nice. It's just, it's a neat idea to be able to see that. Also of note is that this is the 3rd game in this game's trilogy, and this is the one that actually removes the time limit, as far as I'm aware. Like, this is very unusual, even for an Atelier game, let alone a game in the 3rd entrance to the 2nd trilogy, so yeah, very odd. I just figured that was worth mentioning. Also worth mentioning, just before I actually get into the synthesis and all that. Yes, this is a very weird outfit. You can change this via the dressing room. This is not the default outfit. Also worth mentioning is that at the beginning of the game, you actually get to sample 2 different stories from 2 different Shallies. They're both named Shallie. And once you get to chapter 1, you get to pick whose story you get. Okay, apparently there's a little quest for that. That's neat. But yeah, you get to pick who you play as the main character, and it actually affects the main story. That's kind of neat. Actually adds a little bit of replay value. By the way, I'm at chapter 3, and I'm at the end of chapter 3, so it's like, don't worry too much about spoilers, because absolutely nothing's happened yet. Let me summarize the entire story for you so far. We crashed a ship into this town getting help for our village. We just got the money to repair it. That's it! 3 chapters, 3 hours, that's it. But anyway, it's time to go over how crafting works. So this works pretty much how it works in every Atelier game ever. So you have items that you pick up via scavenging like we did before. And you can take these things in to use them as either quest items, or you can actually equip them to yourself. So I actually crafted these bombs and these health potions and stuff like that to fit in here. So let's actually synthesize something that I need for a quest. So those little scroll icons there mean that we have to use them to craft. So we'll just do something really simple right now, which is sand and some oil. So we'll just use an unknown egg, because I've got plenty of them. And we'll add the materials. And depending on what element items we have, we can actually add these attributes to them. So absorbs part of the ingredients attribute value and adds it to the power. You can do that. You can also do things like make them take less frames, make them more effective, use them more times. That's just how this general stuff works, right? So we'll just synthesize this immediately and not waste too much time. So I got some alchemy experience and I got to level up, which is great because there are some things you can't do if you're not high enough level. So for example, to do medicine bread, I need to be 1 level higher. Let's do something a little more interesting. Do I have anything here that's around level 16? Hand-spun rabbit yarn. Does this actually... Nope, that won't let me do anything particularly interesting. Nope, that won't let me do anything interesting either. What can I do here? I can make leather. Alright, let's make some leather. See if I can get some more interesting properties in here. So some extra defense, that'll be nice, and some supplements, which I will definitely add to that. So yeah, we got a little bit more that we can do here. We can add an attribute, we can make an early addition to make them more effective, and we can add that to make that more effective. It's a neat system. It definitely I have to admit, I liked the grid one in Atelier, what was the first one of the third trilogy? I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, I kind of liked that a little better personally. But at the same time, I'm really not too offended by this. It's still pretty enjoyable as a crafting system. So let's add some leather. This is actually me crafting an item, which is nice. Let's see, I'll add some, I might as well add some more leather there. Some metal. Reduce MP consumption, that's neat. And just some more rapid fur. Let's see if I can take the cost down of this item a bit. There we go. Now I can actually craft this despite the fact that it's a level 22 item. And we'll add an early item here. And let's see, can we increase the attributes? Down at the bottom in the middle there, you'll see that you have some attributes that you can increase, and if you can increase them enough, it will give the items some extra properties. So what am I thinking? I'm just trying to think of what a best thing would be. Like, so for example, if you do this for a bomb, for example, it will get more damage. That's basically how the whole thing works. And you get more of these skills to increase the ability of the items later on, but for now, let's just synthesize it, see what we get. We get some leather boots, we get movement of acrobats, which gives me some extra speed. Alright, let's do some gloves then. Cloth. Oh, more attack power, that'll be nice, and some rabbit thread. Let's do this. So, what can we add? We can add some extra attributes. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this very much up, which is unfortunate, but you can also swap what order, these are in. So if you want to do one of the things, which is like, add this earlier, you can do that. You're not entirely restricted in that regard. So let's make some leather gloves. A little bit of extra defense, which is nice. And we can equip this. I might actually want to equip this to her if I can, which is nice because it'll give her a little bit of extra attack and defense. She really needs it. And you can come here and do this with any of your party members, of course. So yeah, that was a quick look at Ateliering. Crafting, synthesizing, stuff like that. There is some more stuff we can do later on that I can go and have a look at. But yeah. We synthesized a bunch of stuff, we got a few quests done, so let's go have a look around. We'll go have a look at the Cooperative Union headquarters first, because this is where you come to do quests and stuff like that, and we also appear to have a cutscene here, which is kind of neat. Alright, you get the point. Thankfully, all the text goes instantly by default, so I can just skip right through it. I'll show off some extra cutscenes later, and there's even more tutorials right now. We can talk to him to get like a quest and stuff like that. We can also talk to this guy as well, and we'll also have another quest. Hell, at this point, I might not even need to load my previous save game, because I'm just showing off all the people talking here, which is kind of nice. Alright, so let's talk to him again, and he's probably gonna give us a oh. More tutorials, good lord. Oh yeah, I can actually take out more items with me now. That's kind of neat. So, yeah. Oh wow. Look at all that room. That's nice. Alright, but now we can actually talk to him and have a look at our quests. So, these are pretty simple, just like all the other games. It's either give me some items or kill some enemies for me. That's pretty much it. You don't even need to take them all. It just, well, you can take them all, and it will tell you when you've got quests to do or done. Like, see up in the top left there? You've got quests that you've got and quests that you've completed, which is nice. But we'll just report the rest of these while I'm here. Get a little bit of extra money. I need to deliver some ancient relics. I can deliver them trash. I can literally give them trash. That's kind of neat. And I can hand over some poisons. I don't want to hand over something I don't have very much of, so I'll hand over some angel hairs. And I'll report my wild dog exterminations. And I'll accept everything here. Unfortunately, you do need to accept these in order to actually get the kill counts to start going up, which kind of sucks. But yeah, as you can see, I fulfilled a fair few requests. I got a bit more on the meter up there. There is some more stuff that I can do as well. Just wait for all these items to stop ticking down. So, the fast travel menu works exactly as it does in the other games, so we can actually run to other places. Hill Street just has a regular shop. Maruka's workshop actually lets you do a couple of interesting things. It lets you do new style alchemy, which lets you make which makes you disassemble items and you can imbue items. You can disassemble items into more than one different set of things, which is kind of nice. So if you need different ingredients or stuff like that, you can do that. And you can also imbue items with new abilities, or at least make new items. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't actually used this yet. But yeah, it's here. So you can do things like make items and stuff like that, which is great because it gives you a lot of stuff to do. And there's also plenty of different kinds of shops. So if I want to go to the Perriend Corporation, which almost looks like Derriere spelt backwards. I know, that's a weird thing to say. Oh, hang on. Let's do a voice acting. Yeah, it is pretty basic voice acting. I don't really need to load my save game now, do I? So you can buy item books that give you more recipes and stuff to do, but you can also buy different items, and they've all got different things they can do. So this Nectar Spring Water increases the use count of an item by 1, which is very useful. This Shining Pelt, it gives healing up, but it's level 13, so it's going to be very hard for me to use at my current level. And you've also got things like different kinds of water. You can get free water at the water place if you need to, every time you leave and come back, and there's all sorts of stuff like that. You can sell stuff. There's just a bunch of different things that you can do to improve your stuff. There are also events that you can do, so if I head to the ship's cabin, I should be able to talk to... Yes. Alright, yeah, that's... You've heard a bit of their voice acting. Oh, hang on, let's wait for, Tao? I can't remember his name exactly. It starts with a T. Nope, he didn't talk again. Unfortunate, but he doesn't come up very much in the story anyway, so it's not that big a deal. So, the plot is very much cute people doing cute things, more or less, but at the same time, that's not a bad thing. Never really is with these games. They do a good job of it. So, let's go back to my workshop. I don't know why I did that via the menu when I literally could have just pressed X and walked in. But yeah, it just keeps going like that. You make yourself items, you use them to go out and get more items. That's basically it. The whole crafting system is the backbone of this game, and it works really well. Like, in pretty much every one of these games, it works pretty damn well, and it keeps you interested, even without like a time limit or something pushing me along that heavily anyway. It works fine, at least in my personal opinion. I really do not have a problem with it. Okay, so apparently we've got a weather change going on. So yeah, enemies decreased. That's a little unfortunate, but we'll deal with it. So what's, oh, we do also have a formation, you know, so set people in the front and the back and have to be ready to defend and stuff like that. That only just appeared again. It takes a really long time. The combat's a bit dull beforehand. And of course you do have a encyclopedia that you can use to look up all sorts of different things, all your different items, all your different use items, all your ingredients, your reference books, just what you need to find different items, and of course all your tutorials. It's all here. It's all pretty simple, and it all works pretty well. So I got nothing. I do have more than nothing. It's just, yeah, it's basically just another Atelier game, which I do not have a problem with. I really don't. They've done a couple of changes. They've done a few things like that. Yeah, it's asking me to go to the Basques region, which is the area up north. So let's go to the Hill of Silence. Thankfully, you can go and set yourself a fallen path up to the end here like this, and it's perfectly fine. But yeah, the game is perfectly fine. Like, seriously. There's nothing particularly, like, amazing about it or anything like that, but it's well done, it's well crafted, it's got a decent story, the alchemy system works just as well as you would expect it to if you are familiar with this series, and if you aren't familiar with this series, well, it works fine. Trust me on that. It's perfectly fine, perfectly serviceable. I do like this series, I will admit. This might actually be a little bit more beginner-friendly than your other games, just because of how it, he's fine, he can take that hit. It's just perfectly serviceable as an entry, and it does enough stuff that I really don't have a problem with it. It's a fun game. We'll save her HP a bit. There we go. Perfectly fine, perfectly serviceable. Does take a while to get going. Does have just, you know, your typical Moe blob traits. What could this plant be used for? It's a stink bean. It farts. What more could you want? Alright, let's do gather sharing. We can emphasize a number, emphasize special items. I'll just go for random. I'll go for emphasize number. Because you can always just come back and do it again if you want, which is nice. Yeah, we'll fight it. Why not? Hi! Damn. I didn't get the hit in. That's alright, though. Okay, let's take out the fake ruin just while I've got the opportunity. Nope. The cursor doesn't say where it actually, where you've set it on the previous person, which kind of sucks. You'll be fine. Music's pretty good. As for performance, not great. It's a turn-based RPG. Like, not a problem, really. But, at the same time, it is a little bit of an issue. There are some scenes, like some cutscenes, which can literally dip into single frames, which is kind of unfortunate. But, really, it's a turn-based RPG. There are points where you're just like, you've got to just sit back, relax, and and not really care so much. And for a game that's a turn-based RPG, not caring that much is perfectly fine when it comes to, like, this sort of game's performance. Just give him a little bit of healing items, because we've got a big fat bastard here, and I do not like the look of him, but we'll fight him anyway, just for the purpose of knocking me flat on my ass every once in a while. Oh dear. Alright, so we're going to be perma-poisoned, aren't we? That's going to be fun. I might as well throw out a bomb. 3,000 HP! Fuck? That's not good. Oh, 61, plus an energy jet. Oh my god. Wow. Fuck that. Run away. Did not work. Run away. Did not work. Run away. Still did not work. Oh, this sucks in so many ways. Oh, all he can do is wait or swap. Not great. Run, please. Shit! Thankfully in this game, losing... Oh, yay, I finally got away. Thankfully in this game, losing doesn't actually give you a game over or force you back to your previous save. It just, what's the word I'm looking for? It just throws you back out to the main menu, to the, main map with 1 HP. That's all it does. Not a big deal. Oh. Yeesh. That sucks. Let's get out of here. Jesus. We're going up here to the abandoned factory. Don't complain. I'd better use some healing items. Jesus Christ. That self-destruct hurt. Thankfully, these replenish every time you go back to town, so that's actually kind of nice. You don't have to, like, repeatedly craft healing items. Come on. Thank you. Mixed oil. Move past you. I'll grab whatever this is. We'll do a relic discovery just to show you what that's like, but it's the same thing as the items, really. Bursting, why not? I got a bomb. And I get to fight an enemy. Or two. These are pretty weak enemies. I did have to come and fight them already, and I have pretty much leveled past them, so... This does make it look a fair bit easier than it probably is, but not that big a deal. And considering that you can change the difficulty, which is nice, it's, not that big of a problem. I got some red clay. This guy's bad, because he's sparkling, and he's rainbow colored, and screw it, let's try it anyway. Thankfully there's only one of him, but... Super gravity restricts movement. Ain't that something? He's also got 900 health and he's weak to my attacks, so... We'll just bomb him. 50 damage, not great. You'll be fine. Manhunt. Nice animations. Another 50 damage, we've gone burst. Let's use Explosive Strike, because this does a ton of damage, but then again, he said he was, resistant to it, but still, 100 damage, ain't that bad. Take the hit, please, Mr. Mage person. Oh dear. Attack down. Thankfully, attack doesn't affect bombs. Thankfully, this guy here doesn't actually have attack down on him. Okay, you get to stealth. And you can do precise resistance, targets a single enemy, and exhaust. We'll do the Phantom Dance. Miss. Good job. Let me guess, miss. Nope, he just fell flat on his face. That's actually kind of nice. I do like these games' theme. They are relatively silly about it, while at the same time being, what's the word I'm looking for? They can be silly while being serious, and I do like that. They are very, very nice games like that. Why did I get her to defend? I don't know. Alright. One more Phantom Dance. Get this one. Thank you. I like this music. It's, Ooh! Oh no, that's self-destruct. Oh, Jesus. Alright, yeah, yeah, better get him back out. Holy shit, he actually, people in the back row actually get their things back. Shit. Alright, Healing Wave, why not? Get a little bit of extra health back. Unfortunately, we can't swap her out, so she just has to sit there. Oh, Oh, not again. Wow, okay. I got wrecked. I got absolutely destroyed. Jesus. Alright, well, that's actually a pretty good video in my personal opinion. Yeah, I got my ass handed to me. Great video! But yeah, that was a look at Atelier Shallie Plus. It's another Atelier game. It's got a few things different. It doesn't have the time limit. It does have, like, 2 different stories, different ways of going about the adding abilities to the items and doing its story chapters. But yeah, I still like it. It's still Atelier. It's still engaging. It's still enjoyable. I got nothing against it. And by the way, yes, 1 HP. Might as well just head straight back to town if that happens to you. But yeah, it's a perfectly fine, fun game. I enjoy it, and I would probably recommend it. Yes, just, you know, considering it's the 3rd game in a trilogy. I mean, it would make more sense if there was the 1st game in a trilogy and they were trying something new with everything, but yeah. A little bit odd they've taken out the time limit for this one, but yeah. Alright. There we go. This has been Blue Maxima, and I'll see you all next time.